Starting. All right, Speaker already knows who the fuck we are. This is the couch. DJ Gonzo, this Chucky Check don't give a fuck. Showing off his nugs. Nice, brother. What's
Yeah.
up, Chucky?
How are you, brother?
I am good. I can't complain. I almost overdosed today and died on Drano. I forgot to tell you about that.
On Drano?
Yeah, bro. Like the boss wanted to pour like at my job wanted to pour like three big ass things of Drano down the drains and toilets and shit. It fucked me up. I am not doing that shit again. Fucking
Yeah.
retard.
Fumes all in your face and whatnot.
Dude, in a bathroom, right? And it just consumed the bathroom. It came all the way out in the restaurant and everything. It was fucked up.
Fuck.
It was highly fucked up. But I got off at 3. He called a plumber finally. I told him, hey, we get your plumber out here. All right.
Go Drano. I don't know, something like that.
All right. Well, for those who have tuned in before and checked this out, you never know what's going to happen on this shit here. Again, we may just stray off into God knows what. But before we get to that, and before he gets too stoned, tell us a little bit about yourself, Chuck.
Well, I'm a computer analysis technical software engineer out of La Brea, California. I went to ITT Technical Institute. I have a 4.0 grade average. I have no, I'm just kidding, man. Chucky Chuck, don't give a fuck. Beach rat, Hermosa Beach, Redondo Beach, born and raised. Living in San Diego now, father of 2. I got my son, Charlie Boy, he's 10. Newborn Cole, 10 months. And I got a beautiful fiance, Raquel Reynolds. And yeah, man, I help run a clothing company, and I make raps about the F word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Right on. I make raps about the F word. Okay. The name. I know the story in the name. Can you tell us how you got this name?
What, Chucky Chuck?
Yeah, don't give a fuck.
Well, shit. Happy birthday, first of all, to my homeboy Albert Gordado, good old Strawberry. He actually shares a birthday with my lady. It was her birthday yesterday as well, so happy birthday to her too.
Right.
In high school, my name's Charles. So when I seen the movies Child's Play and all the Chucky movies, like the Charles Lee Ray character and Charles Manson, whatever, like the Chucky was kind of, I love Chucky. And sometimes I call myself Chucky or whatever. And down the line, I met my friend Albert in 3rd grade, and I hadn't seen him till fucking high school. So like 4th grade till about high school, I didn't really get to see him that much. I went to different schools. And then when I see him in high school, he was just like, Chuck, 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 Chucky, Chuck. And then the homies heard that, and then it was just Chucky Chuck. And then that same year, I believe 1994, 94, 95, in between there, I took way too much acid at school, and I fucking flipped out, took my shirt off, took my shoes off. I was walking off campus, ended up getting popped. Didn't go back to school freshman year, but when I did, everyone was like, Chucky Chuck, don't give a fuck. And that's kind of how the DGAF thing came around, and Chucky Chuck DGAF. And my brother played football for El Camino College. Shout out to Marcel, my big brother, and this dude Nigel Greer, Compton Crip Gang, Grape Street. He had DGAF across his stomach, and I was like, "What does that stand for?" And he was like, "Forget about it." So like the whole thing went on, and he didn't tell me shit. My brother ended up helping win their Simple Green Bowl, was like their Super Bowl, and they got first place. And I seen him, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was like, "What does that stand for, man?" And he was like, DGAF, fool, don't give a fuck. And I was like, I knew it. See, me too. Chucky Chuck DGAF. Don't like, that's right, little homie. And so like after that, like I kind of took off on the white side of things, because they always had like the DGAF Compton Crip gang was going down at the same time in Compton. Redondo's not too far off, but down the way there. And I just got to
roundabout and all
with the white boy side of it, and I introduced my homies to it, and then we started Team DGAF. surfing, skating, motocross, fighting, fucking, partying, just being straight knuckleheads, suburban knuckleheads, you know? So
Right.
like brandish that shit in like 98, 99. I kind of left the neighborhood. I moved away, and my homies held with a strong dude and met Kottonmouth, and then they helped put it on the map as far as like the coining it and like dropping it in a song and saying it and bringing hype towards it. And we kind of took the momentum and tried to do our best to make it a brand. And lately it's been doing really good. So we're stoked. And it's just a lifestyle anyways. It isn't meant to be a clothing company. It's just like tag that shit on your backpack or throw up a sticker in your neighborhood or just tattoo your fucking face with it. It's just don't give a fuck, the whole attitude. But in the same sense, it's like do give a fuck. You know, it's a constant contradiction. So
Right.
it has so many meanings to me now that I'm almost fucking, well, I'm about to be 39. So like I've been a dumbass who did not give a fuck the most. So now this age, I kind of look at it as like different, you know? So it's like, I don't give a fuck about not giving a fuck, you know? So
Right. No, for sure. Because I heard it explained. I think Dealer was trying to explain it to where, like, I want you to think I don't give a fuck so that you fuck up because I really do give a fuck type thing. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'll play stupid as fuck, but I mean, I'm not the best speller or the best reader, but I know how to, like, you know, function through the day, and I'm a very smart person, but I'll play dumb as fuck just to see what I can get out of you. You know, it's a trip.
Right? No, for sure. Fucking So we mentioned them. Let's go. How did you get into fucking with KMK?
Well, like I said, I used to take a lot of acid, right?
Right.
One time I took acid and I fucking went to the record store. I believe it was like a warehouse or something. Cassette tapes were still in. And I would like to look at album art covers. And there was one tape that the tape actually looked orange. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I tripped on it, I picked it up, and it was, I believe it was the Insane Clown Posse, either Riddle Box or I think the Riddle Box. But it was like an orange tape. And I got that shit. I went home, played it, and I was tripping out. I was like, oh, I called my little homie Jonathan. Jonathan's East Coast. He was all Big L, Wu-Tang, like pure backpack hip hop, you know? But
yeah.
I slid him some LSD, took some acid and smoked some pot in his bathroom, and I played that shit. And it was like, dragging, dead bodies, dragging, some weird shit. And we tripped out on it. And then the word got around, like we were bumping some shit called ICP and St. Clown Posse. And then shout out to the homeboy Gillies. He was like a freshman when I was a senior in high school. So he was like playing a CD that he had just gotten. And in the CD, the guys were like, and the CD was on in a something bump and Insane Clown Posse talking about chicken hunting. So oh, man, I gotta go tell Chuck. So he called me up. We ended up ditching school, and he played me like the whole album. And I was like, damn. We also heard different references, like my homeboy Matt Hall was referenced, fucking just the neighborhood, you know, and like, wow, this is crazy. And we found out that Bobby B lived right down the street. And so we did a little drive-by, seen these fools. We're like, oh, shit, that's them. Like, Kottonmouth Kings live right around the corner. They're in South Bay. They're in Redondo Beach. So at that time, I was like, fuck, that's a trip. And my homeboy Vinny Franco, he's a badass bodyboarder. And he ended up meeting Bobby B in the water bodyboarding. They became friends. I was on a sick one. I ended up, like, leaving. And Gilly was like, dog, we're hanging out with these fools, this, that, and the other thing. And I had seen them on the fucking TV too. And I was like, I always was rapping. And then I heard Eminem on the radio. And then I seen him on MTV. And I was like, well, this fool is white? I was like, what the fuck? Oh, man, this dude's rapping like this. There's no way I can get in the game. And he's with Dre. Fuck. That fool's doing it. Like, there it is. And then the next video was Bump by Kottonmouth. And I was like, oh, yeah, the Kottonmouth Kings, remember that CD? And I was watching, I was like, see, these fools are looking like my kind of shit. SoCal, skater, punker, rap, hat sideways, a little tattoo poking out. some big old homies in the background, fucking Pac with his mask, smoking pot, bitches. I was like, okay, now that's the clique I need to get with.
Sin Dog in the background and shit.
Yeah, straight up. So I devised a plan with my tattoo artist. I told him, I was like, these dudes are my cousin, bro. I need to get Kottonmouth tatted. And he's all, I ain't tattooing no band on your fucking, are you tripping? So I pretty much begged this fool and like begged him to do it. And he ended up blasting Kottonmouth on my stomach. I got a picture of it, got me getting it. Vinny and Gilly slid it to Bobby, and Bobby B looked at it. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, man, we have a lot of friends. We don't need any more, but this guy can come over. So long story short, one day got invited over to Bobby's house with all them, taking bong hits. D-Loc was there, Bobby B, a couple other kids. And they were all going to go bodyboarding. And I wasn't going to go bodyboard. I didn't have my shit. So Loc was like, he didn't have his shit. So he's like, oh, I'm just going to kick it with Chuck. And then after that, me and Loc broed the fuck down hardcore. Became really good friends. I ended up like moving into houses with them and meeting munchies and learning how to like, I was going to all the shows already. So he was like, why don't you fucking plug in a speaker or like lug some fucking merch, you know? Or like, I was like, hell yeah. So just got in the trenches and a tour came up and my homeboy's, the Hit Squad, rest in peace too. Homeboy died, B-Rad. He ended up dying recently. And we were going to get this promotional van, 2002 Rolling Stone tour. And they had a big ass tour bus. That was the first time I like seen one. I was like, damn, that shit is fucking huge. And they had like a dope ass van that was just wrapped with the whole cover of Rolling Stone and like Suburban Noise Records. And I was like, oh shit, filled to the gills with boxes of merch and flyers and CDs and whatnot. And there was only 2 seats, and it was Brad and this other kid. I forgot his name. He was cool as fuck. But there's 2 kids, and then I was supposed to be on that van, handing out flyers and shit at all the shows, and then helping with the stage. And then they're like, fuck, bro. Loc was like, I don't know, dude. Looks kind of packed. And then Pac and Brad X were standing right there. He's like, well, we're kind of a man short. Why don't you just ride on the bus tonight? And as it eventually we get rid of some of those boxes, he'll just jump in there. So I was like, okay, cool. Next thing you know, I'm on the fucking bus with these guys.
Right.
I'm like, damn. So within 20, 30 minutes, they had me in the back talking to me. They kind of felt me out. Their dude, D-Rock, Denny. Yeah, Denny was like their stage manager at the time, was talking with Taxman. And they were like, well, we're kind of a man short on the crew. Why don't you just stay on the bus? You'll sleep back here when people are done with like the back lounge. This will be your room. And then tomorrow at the first show, we're going to learn how to fucking plug this shit in and lug it in. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
Right.
So the next thing you know, I was part of the crew, learned how to plug shit in and fucking lugging speakers, merchandise, setting up Blue Dog's dope ass fucking lowrider bike. It was just happening. And during the show, D-Loc had he said my name in a song called I think it was Enjoy, where he would like call me out. Like the first night, I think we were somewhere in like Kansas City. It was fucking packed. I've never been to a Kottonmouth show outside of California.
Yeah.
First couple ones, they were just packed, and the kids were fucking going off. Because California, everyone's a cool guy, hanging out, not trying to get sweaty. But over here in fucking Buttplug, Egypt, these kids don't get parties like this. So fools were going nuts, and I just like in the moment, you know. And he threw me the microphone like, Chucky Styles, get them up like circus clowns. And I was like, Chucky Styles in the deal. And I was like, all of a sudden, I'm rapping his lyrics to their crowd. And I was like, and I've always rapped, but I never could do it in front of like people like that. So at that moment, that fucking feeling, I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. And luckily, I played my cards right. Did a couple tours with them. I think the Wicked Wonka tour was the last time I like worked stage crew. And that one was amazing. I was sick as fuck. And then along came Big B, got signed, and we were hanging out one day doing something, and he was like, hey, you going on this next run? And I was like, yeah. He's like, why don't you do my backup vocals? Here's my CD, and you come out and do my backup vocals. So he pretty much told me, he's like, he showed me the door, and then I kind of pushed it open at that point because I pulled it off, and no more set up stage, and became like a hype man for him, and then eventually started doing some of my Soldiers thing, and it just evolved at that. But that's how pretty much I got involved with those dudes for a long time, you know?
I gotta be honest, dude. Me and my brother used to get baked in the grow room and do you and Chucky, D-Loc's fucking shit on Enjoy.
Yeah. Switch out the names, huh?
You right? It's fucking off the hook, just fucking in the grow room, fucking doing her thing, and fucking just going off to the Kottonmouth shit.
It was a cool part. It was a cool time and era, and I'll never forget it. He was like going through a breakup, so he was like needed companionship and little homies. So he just brought me around for fucking everything. And between him and Pakalika, like especially Pakalika, rest in peace, dude. That motherfucker. He got us in every club in Hollywood. Every day of the week, there was some other spot cracking. It was like this spot, that spot, and we were getting in the club before Jamie Foxx, fucking like Wu Tang, in there with Mike Tyson, Britney Spears at this time of era, and like smoking pot and that shit. And it was just like I was like tripping. I was like, oh fuck, some of the best
Right?
of my life, you know. So that whole era,
No,
shit, that'll go down in history for sure.
most definitely, bro. Like, I went to every show. So I'm from San Bernardino, California. And
Okay.
like we went to all the shows that came through there. Like we were always making sure at Gotham or fucking um and Carlos O'Brien's and shit, we'd fucking go and make sure we came and saw everybody, you know. I'd say Big B's good people's, man. My
Yeah, yeah.
pop my pops is one of the people who got us into it because like I told you, Satan and Haas's mom was my disc manager, but she knew my mom for a long time. And this was like early 2000s. She's like, all these white boys rapping and shit. I was like in the metal and punk. I'm like, white boys rapping on some Vanilla Ice fucking shit. What the fuck? So I didn't get back in until 2002. My dad was like, see, these are the dudes I was talking about. I was like, fuck, I've been missing out on this shit. So he went out and he got Kottonmouth Kings in San Diego on his fucking wrist and shit, but he couldn't go to a show. And he was like, hey, you know, fucking, if I take a Polaroid picture, you gonna take it and go get an autograph? I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, who do you want an autograph by? He was like, Big B. I'm like, fuck yeah. So I went and fucking hit up Big B. He was running his own merch table and shit. He fucking wrote Old Stoners Never Die and shit. I was like, dude.
Jägermeister poster, huh?
Yeah, dude. Like, it was during the High Class White Trash album.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, dude, this motherfucker's cool. And then I slowly started meeting everybody here and there. Fucking, here's a funny D-Log story, though. Carlos O'Brien's King Spade fucking show, right? I'm doing promotions for Hustler Strip Club. And pretty much all I did, hand out flyers, and they brought broads with me, right? I ran into Taxman that night, and I hooked him up with a couple of the girls that were there. And then me and my bro were in the bathroom, we're smoking, but it was some swag weed and a fucking blunt. D-Loke walks in the bathroom and shit, and he's like, oh, that smells pretty good, let me hit it. I'm like, just use your other hand, dude. Like, fuck yeah, I'll let you hit it. I was like, fuck, dude, swag, you hit it. He's like, yeah, that's pretty good. He left. I was like, bro, we just smoked swag weed with fucking D-Loke.
That's crazy. I've seen that fool ruin people's lives out on the road when they try to pass some bad weed. Like, oh man, it got ugly sometimes.
Right?
Yeah, that's amazing. But yeah, you're talking about Gotham's. Gotham's was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
There was one night Bobby B had called me because I had been living in Banning, and he said, Chucky, we're gonna be on your neighborhood. Come through, Metal Militia's jumping freestyle. And I'm outside the Gothams, and I'm going to be DJing a set inside. Be there around this time. And I was like, all right, cool. And at the time, I had like a 72 Cadillac Sedan DeVille, fucking ass car. My neighbor had a heart attack, and he gave it to my dad, and we fucking hooked it up. I pimped that shit down there, parked it. Those fools are lagging. They were supposed to be there already, but I heard dirt bikes going, so I walked around back. And then there was the jump, and I seen Twitch, Feist, Scummy, Manly, Deegan, fucking all those dudes were back there. And I was like, oh shit, these fools are actually right here. And I had like my Kottonmouth jacket on. It was like a windbreaker with like a big fat yellow crown here and a big fat yellow crown in the back. And I went up to the front of the line and was like watching these fools jump. And Twitch like came by and kind of like double took it on me. Like, is this fool what? And so then he started going off, and we watched them all jump, bop, bop. And then they stopped, unloaded, and by that time there was Bobby in there. And he was coming with Richter, I believe. And they were lagging, Richter and D-Loke, and they were lagging. So, like, I went and hung out in the front there for a minute. Then they showed up. We walk in, get set up in the inside there, and there's, like, music going. And, like, they kind of left me alone for a second. I was standing, like, downstairs with Loke and someone else. And then all of a sudden, here comes Twitch, And he was like, rolls up on me and was like, what's up? Where'd you get that jacket from, man? That shit's dope. And I was like, I got it from Kottonmouth. And they're like, what? No way, dude. Those fools, this shit. All we do is smoke weed and fucking listen to those dudes and ride our dirt bikes. And I was like, that's him right there. And then after that, I think it was like, it might have been Richter. And after that, it was just the connection. Like right there is pretty much the birth of the bro scene.
Right.
After that, there was a big ass fucking scrap. Their homeboy Frams was fucking some dude up, and Feist unloaded his dirt bike, doing wheelies in the middle of the fight. People were scrapping. I busted a big old knife and just stood by my Cadillac so no one would fucking get it. And then Richter ended up driving Scummy's truck out there. Like they fucking became homies, and we ended up like going to some after party or something. But yeah, that was like the birth of the fucking bro scene right there.
Right. And if people don't know the bro scene, like they came up out of Kottonmouth, the Metal Militia, some punk rock, just like a whole mentality. Because what people don't realize is we were, as a Caucasian, suburban, just as a group, we were overlooked, under-respected. You know what I mean? Like the music at the time for us in SoCal was Tupac, Dre, like you said earlier, like that was the end-all and be-all. But to me, it seemed like once like Sublime came out and a few, the new guys, it like started giving us a little more reputation. And it kind of started showing like these white boys on the street, fucking flip bills hats, fucking dickies and shit, wife beaters, and doing the things that we were doing. It was like you said, it was the fucking riding the motorcycles, fucking the rap scene, partying, and fucking drugs, like lots and lots of drugs. And it just seemed like it sort of kicked off for a long time, and it was cool shit. But like everything, it kind of went down.
Yeah, I had a fucking problem with the being labeled that bro shit because I came from the beach. So to me, bro was like surfer bro, like
right.
Bro or like Pennywise, homie, fucking Broham.
Right.
Straight up. So like when I got put into that realm of like the bro scene, I hated it. I hated that fucking stigma because like I didn't have a lifted truck. I had a dirt bike, an older one, but I was just like, I guess that's the whole stigma. But like to me, it was more like, we're white boy beach gangster fools, bros. We're not fucking that, but like the other kids and the people listening to the music and the fools on the dirt bikes and just the whole scene, like it was the bro scene, and it was fucking gnarly for sure.
Oh hell yeah, dude! But it's really crazy. Riverside represented us so well, though, and I always hated that coming from San Bernardino.
I had more fights living in Riverside County than I ever did in LA County with my homies, or maybe we fucking were deep, or people had more respect. But when I moved out to like Corona, Norco, Riverside, it was just everyone out there was just a fucking hothead, and they didn't know me, so it was just on and cracking a lot of fucking fights.
Right? Tell me about it, bro. I used to live in Corona off of 4th and East Grand. Second house off the fucking East Grand. And right there in Lavario and shit, fucking, it was rough. But I mean, I came from San Bernardino, so I was like, fuck it, dude. It is what it is. I'm fluent in Spanish, so I got along. Like, that was my thing. Fucking. Hey, you know what makes me laugh too, though? It got so bad, and like, everybody was wearing Famous, Hostility, the SRH, the Spade and shit. Fucking. But it was funny when you got determined by your socks. If you're wearing them black, long-ass socks, oh, you were a bro. But like me, I'm wearing my long-ass white ones. They're like, oh, you're a wood. You're just a wood.
Trip out.
Right? It should just seem to break down like that. I'm like, dude, off our socks? Like, this has gotten out of hand now.
No, but I would do that too. And I would go down to the beach area. My homie's like, let me see your socks. And like, I had black socks on, but I had fucking pants on. And he was like, oh, fuck. On me. But then he would be like, where's all the bitches at? And I was like,
bros. Like, people just won't understand unless you lived there during the time how crazy it was. Like, to me, it was just fucking insane, just going and going and going, and just like all, like wherever you live, like there was all this politic bullshit like on the streets, and then fucking you go in the clubs and shit, and it's fucking, you're determined on your socks. I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm stoked to be out of that whole era. But I love dirt bikes. I mean, I love motocross, supercross. All my homies that do freestyle, fucking free riding. That shit's amazing, and I'm stoked to have like good friends that are fucking amazing at that shit. And I admire them so much. It's dope, and it's dope that we have mutual respect for each other. Stoked on
Right. It seems like the real ones have come up and out of all that shit. Everyone else just kind of got left behind, used up, wore out, and they're just long gone one reason or another, you know?
Yeah, time is crazy. Time is crazy, man. Time does fucking crazy shit to crazy people. To me, my expectations about all this was to have fun, to get bitches, to be cool. You know, I didn't never really was in it for like a fucking house or like I want to make a bunch of money. I just wanted to have fun. Straight
Right.
give a fuck. And looking back at it all now, I kind of wish I saved, or like I kind of wish I wasn't such a pushover with certain things and did things for free or chump change, you know. And but like that's why now I'm more focused on making money and doing side projects, and I got a lot of other things in the works. But like I got a lady who installed in me like a calendar. You know, I never knew what really a calendar was. Fucking just getting my credit together, got a driver's license again. You know, it's like growing up, you know, being a grown man about this shit. So it's like, all right, how long are you gonna run and be a fucking piece of shit, lunatic, running the street, knucklehead, you know?
Right.
Like I did the family thing before, but after that shit kind of went south, I went on a total different route and had as much more fun as I could, and did toured again with UFM and did that whole thing. And I had a fucking blast with that, and I just did it to like numb myself. And now that I have another kid and I have a family again, I'm really cherishing it because you don't see me doing the big tours. You know, I have an album coming out. We will be doing some tours. We have some shows coming out. There's still music on the way. I ain't stopping anytime soon with that. But it's like, uh, it feels good to be at home, you know, and fucking spend some quality time with my kid while he's growing up, and in these small little times. Because with my first son, I missed a lot of that shit. So, and I was sedated too, popping Xannies, or just really just in the heat of the moment, living crazy. But so I'm much more level headed now, and I'm attacking my music different. I got a different kind of message. So it's my record's gonna be kind of dark, but still have a couple lighter songs and some fun shit. And but I'm gonna get this one dark record out of the way, and my next couple projects after that, people will start seeing the growth of the music and like the aftermath of shit, you know. And we also have some works back in with Suburban Noise Records. I'm gonna do a compilation with them. Everyone who's still down or accepted to be back, because after that whole lawsuit bullshit that Brad pulled, I won't get into it too much, but Brad X pretty much threw the white flag in on some shit, didn't understand paperwork, and if people don't know, he's kind of an exaggerator to begin with, an actor, always looking for the clout or another way to get hype for a record that's coming out or attention. And he ended up taking Kevin Zinger to court over shit that was nothing. So if you're not an artist who doesn't, you know, you have to, if you don't know your numbers, that's on you. Like it's no one else's fault but yourself. So
Right.
you're not on top of that shit, then you're gonna get fucked over. So, and that goes with any business. And Brad was just touring and touring to make music and never be at the desk or never be at the office. And when he did, it didn't add up to him. So he's like, I'm suing you, and made it whole thing. You fucked my wife, I'm suing you. Fucking, it was crazy, you know. So I got a call. Someone was like, yo, these fools need to recognize that they're talking shit, this and the other thing. I replied a message. Oh shit, I got 10% on my phone. But long story short, they used my name in some court shit against my will. Because that's, and on the conversation, I'm saying, they ain't my DNA. No, you can't use this in the court of law. No, I'm just letting you guys know. I was told to tell you this, and this is what it is. That's what it is.
Right.
So he ended up using that in court. So that's why I'm not friends with Brad X no more. That fool's that's on some neighborhood shit. You don't rat on stuff like that and fuck people's lives up. He pretty much fucked the whole scene up. Like he could have paid attention. Like Suburban Noise could have been thriving still. Kottonmouth Kings together as one, all the original people, and kept it under that cloud. It would have been dope. But at the time, I saw it as they brought me in. I have to leave with them. I didn't ask any questions. I should have.
Yeah.
My big homie was in jail at the time. When he got out, he sure as hell shout out Matt Hall. did the paperwork and fucking talked with Brad, talked with Zinger, met with Zinger, saw it all in black and white, and then he let me know the get down. And then with the other dudes, like Bobby B, love Lou Dog, rest in peace, Pakalika. That fool showed me the best times of my life.
Right.
I wish the best for Loke and Richter on their new adventure with Kottonmouth. I will not be supporting it whatsoever, but like I appreciate what they do. I mean, I got love for Richter. Hope he gets sober some more. You know, he looks a little tore up from what I've heard, but I know he's got it in him to be sober.
Right.
The Dustin thing with D-Loke, he was my boy. He put me on. But at the same time, behind the scenes, there are a lot of shit that people didn't know that I didn't even know at the time, where certain tours were taken away or opportunities were taken away, and a little bit of jealousy was there. And when you think you're riding for someone so hard, like you would shoot a motherfucker for somebody, and then they would like drop down opportunities for you, and they're the godfather to your son, but deny you to go on this fucking tour that's going to make mad money to feed your son, you know? And then later on find out it's just like, I can't fake it. So I'm not going to fake it for anybody to be someone's fake friend, to be down with something, or like sell a record, or like sell a t-shirt, or put my hands up. And it ain't friendship no more. That's like, you're a bitch to me, you know? So it's like,
right.
With that said, like, good luck. I wish them the best. I'm glad they're doing their thing, but I'm off on my shit now. So thanks for my opportunity and giving me a lane. And the people that are coming along that still support, that's the shit. That's the people I want with me, because that's the real. And the people that don't understand that, I don't want them anyways, because they're fake and they're not worthy of it. They're not righteous enough. So my next couple albums and the next shit I'm working on, I got Henchlord and with Eddie Ruxpin. We're doing a lot of fucking music. The whole CD is produced by him. So we're just going to hit everyone in the mouth with that, and then get some more videos, some tours, do some podcasts like this.
Right.
And just keep it moving, you know? Get some cool festival events cracking. And with Suburban Noise 2, we're going to do a compilation with them, probably put out an EP with those guys. I know there's talks of Big B doing it, Head PE, Mad Child, Slang, La Coca Nostra. So,
God, that was the good days, bro.
so after that, you know, I just fucking smoke weed and hang out with my kid, and then get my other son every other week, help my out as much as possible, and just live life, go and be happy, you know?
That's what's up. You still got a little more battery on your phone?
Yeah.
All right, cool, because I want to move into
we'll go till it dies, man.
Right, that's what's up. Fucking how'd you get involved with the guys up in Force 5, the whole Ruckus guys up there?
Well, Donnie Force 5, so here's the thing too, man. Like we're on Suburbanized Records. We did the DGAF record, but you never saw us on tour with Kottonmouth. You never saw us on nationwide tours with Suburbanized Records.
I only saw you by yourself.
Yeah, we did one show with Kottonmouth. It was at the Grove in Anaheim, like a Jingle Balls or something. And we fucking tore the roof off that bitch. We sold a lot of merchandise, and we took a lot of a piece of pie away. And I understand. So they gave us this platform and then kind of took it away. So we really didn't get that play with them. So we had alternate routes, and we went to ourselves and managed ourselves with people that were around us at the time, and met up with Donnie. And Donnie had got us on a couple tours. He's a good man. He was in Primer 55. He was a lead singer of Primer 55. And then we did some with Saint Dog. We did like a headlining tour with them in Mars, Danny Diablo, a bunch of shows. And then I went out with him, and he got hooked on drugs, you know? He got fucked up on drugs, and then luckily he came through all that, and he hit me up like, yo, I'm sober. I'm running a record label right now. I got funding for a project. I want to fly you out here, pay you. We'll do like a EP with me, you, and this dude named Insane Poetry. And I was like,
legend.
Poetry, that fool was a legend, dog. That fool has been rapping since I was like 9, looking up to this crazy shit. Fuck yeah, sign me up. So me and my lady was super pregnant and flew out to Wisconsin, freezing cold. Met up with all those guys and knocked out the Nomads EP. That was fun as fuck. We did it like in like 6-7 days, just hanging out right there, driving to the studio and then going back to the hotel. But yeah, I've known Donnie for a long time. He's a good man. We'll be doing a lot of shit with him in the future too.
That's what's up. Like, I love Donnie, even though he's a fan of Nickelback. I gotta bring that up every time, dude. He always fucking, because that interview I did with you guys before, I got your first interview when you guys did the Nomads too.
That's right.
When I was on UWR. Fucking, he's screaming on there, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
He's fucking.
He can't be mad at me. I named one of my dogs Ruckus. I mean, fuck.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, no, Donnie's good peoples. The DGAF thing, yeah, because when I saw you in concert last time, I couldn't remember the name of the place in Victorville. Reflections.
Reflections. Was it just us, huh?
It was just you. It was you and some break dancers.
Wow.
I think the lady from the Knuckle Up video, she was late coming. And then when you guys finally got on stage after the punk rock band and some other guy, the system went out. So the drummer came on and did your beats and you freestyled over everything.
Oh man, see, those are those times where I just fucking I don't even remember that. That's
No,
I'd like to see some footage of that one.
right? I wish I'd had some, dude. It was a good show, though.
I think shit from back in the day, or like even 2-3 years ago, touring with Kottonmouth, and I look at it now and I'm like, it's like kind of like cringe worthy, you know? Like, oh my god, if I shut the fuck up, I was loud and running it for sure. Mr. DGAF doing it for sure.
Right? I have watched over the years and stuff, and especially over like last couple of years, I've been friends on Facebook with you. The change in you is immense. Like you can tell that you're finally settling down and you're at a good spot. You know what I mean? So I can't wait for this new album to come out because we've been waiting for a solo album from you for a long ass time, brother.
Yeah, for sure. I can remember when I was first. I still have my notebook too. I first started writing for a solo album in I want to say 2001. So it breaks down like this. Like we did some work with the Tsunami Brothers, and I got on that record. The song was called DGAF, but in my verse I was like, I'm snorting fen, can't even count to 10. It's the white trash hooligan. I'll never go to school again. Snorting fen, can't count to 10. And like the song's called DGAF, and they were like, oh, the time was like, oh fuck yeah, Chucky, you're crazy, that's tight. But when it came time for the album to come out, that fucking verse was gone. They took it off the record, and I was like, that was my first experience with the record labels and business and music. They were like, nope. And it was dope. Everyone else loved it. They played it the whole tour on the opening before the shows. But when the album came out, it was clipped. So that was like my first recording experience, except besides like with my homie Nate Haskills and J. Rue the Damager in my Triple Threat days and like the late 90s. But then after that, we formed like Subnoy Soldiers. And then I fucked with that dude Just Cause, who was a great rapper.
Oh yeah, Just Cause. That's right.
Great rapper, dude. And he was representing South Bay. And then I made a whole record with him. We did the White Boys on Wax mixtape, and then we did the Royal Henchman. But like when facts came out and background checks were found out, and he was like a super lame and wasn't about what he said and didn't have a strap where he said he had a strap, and then come to find out that he actually did kill someone. It was he killed his gay lover. He had a gay lover murdering him in 1989. Yeah, this stuff just came out recently. I just found out, and then he went to jail in 2005, I believe, for 2 counts of statutory rape and forced copulation and oral copulation and anal something or other. But
what the fuck?
He got 88 years.
What? I always wondered what happened to him. He's always like that "Live Life Quick" song with Saint.
Yeah, he was a dope ass rapper. That's why I fucked with him. But in real life, he was a piece of shit. So Brian Applegate, you can look up his information. It's all online. And then after that, we kind of was like, what the fuck we gonna do? Me and Saint got together, and we were gonna do a thing called the King Click record with Kottonmouth Kings and me and Saint as well, and Dirtball. So all of us super group King Click. D-Lo didn't like the idea. Richter didn't like the idea. So they were like, nope. So me and Saint were like, fuck, we already recorded like 4 songs. And then they're like, let's call it DGAF. And I was like, ooh, if we call it DGAF, got to bring in my homie Gillies. So then he's like, okay, you bring in Gillies, I'll bring in Haas. Bam. And then that's how, and the Circa, and that's how we did the DGAF record. And then after the DGAF record, I made like a couple songs with featured people. Like I got paid to do songs or whatever, but I really didn't put forth the effort to make more music. I was more like involved in life. So then after that, I fucking really didn't put out a record or any kind of music till the Still Don't Give a Fuck EP on UFM, and a couple singles here and there with people, the Nomads record. So now finally being able to do my own project, like I have See, right here, I'll give you a hint. It's all written out there. But,
all right.
you know, we got like a lot of songs. Me and Eddie have a lot of songs, and now it's like picking which ones we want to do and which ones we want to finish and which order we want to put it in. And I don't want to rush that process because I really like listening to records all the way through and like interludes and fucking scratching and different voices and
Right. Nobody
like,
does that no more. Like it's lost after our generation.
Just and holding the physical. I'm gonna print up copies too. Like it's not gonna just be online. We're gonna do physical copies. We're gonna do vinyl records, CDs with posters, T-shirt copy. Like we're gonna do it big. You know, it's gonna be my solo record. So we're gonna fund it ourselves. Henchsword Records, if you want to call it, but it's pretty much funded by DGAF. Presents Chucky Chuck Henchlord. It'll be on all major streaming platforms as well. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's been a long time coming, and I can't wait for you guys to hear. I got a couple singles. We're debating on which one to drop, but we want to shoot a video first and get the single out here soon. We're thinking maybe dropping it around March 16th, be the 11th year anniversary of the DGAF record. And the national, I think it's the 16th, something like that. I have it around here somewhere, but yeah, National DGAF Day. We declared that last year for the 10-year anniversary. So National DGAF Day, we're focusing on getting the Henchlord record out. And I got a bunch of people on that one. I've been working with my lady's good friend from high school. Her name's Elle Savage. She's a singer, songwriter.
No, I'm just kidding. He's frozen. I'm not froze. We might have lost Chucky there. His battery was going down on the phone. Fucking when his album comes out though, I'm sure we could probably get him back on in support of the album and shit. Fucking we'll keep you in the news with him. Good fucking dude. Proud to fucking say he's from Southern California. Glad to grow up in the fucking scene this man grew up in. Like you got a lot of good in-depth stuff with him. I'm sure we could have kept going on longer with this guy. Fucking amazing guy. Shows the growth in an artist. You know, where he's at now versus where he was before. You know, fucking ain't no hate involved in all this and shit. But you know, you gotta get to the truth of shit sometimes, you know. Fucking it is the way it is, you know, especially when you grow up a fan. But let's see, is he moving? He's not moving. I don't know, check if he's still there or not, or whatever. This is the couch. DJ Gonzo right here. We're on Spreaker. We're on YouTube. You know that because you're staring at me right now. All right. We're going to turn it off right here. I know we got another dope ass show coming up on Spreaker. My tired ass is not going to be able to get over there and look and tell you what it is, but hang on. I believe it is the Basement Show with Beast Mode. But we'll have to see. Stay tuned, and you shall find out. Let me tell you what. All right, yet again, DJ Gonzo, Gonzo Styles. Everything we want to speak on, you'll be seeing it pop up in a lot of our social media. Have hope. We got a few things under our hats here. I'm going to show you. I'm bald. Got a few things up in our sleeves anyways. Is bringing out a forum for people with mental illness, you know, suicide prevention, overdose. You know, we want to be able to show people that other people are going through it too, artists, fans alike, and stuff. So we're gonna find a way of getting fans and artists together, you know, to let you know that you ain't alone. No matter what, dude, if you're going through something, you ain't alone. You are not alone. Just have hope. You know what I mean? If you choose to leave us, we ain't gonna take that from you. That's the person's own choice. But just know we love you. Have hope. We got some big things coming up on the channel and from Gonzo Styles itself. I'll tell you a little hint. We're gonna be doing a Letters to the Living Dead with JP, known as Stampede, and with the Living Dead Girl, which is going to deal really in depth with personal stories about mental illness. You know, trying to find you some avenues where you can get help, whatnot. Get some artists to come on and speak on it, whatnot. But we're trying to bring this to the forefront of the industry because a lot of people suffer from mental illness. And I know we joke to be able to deal with stuff like that, but at the heart of it all, it's a serious thing, man. We lose a lot of lives to both suicide and overdoses. Uh, we just want you to know you ain't alone. Have hope. This is DJ Gonzo. This is the couch. I hope you enjoyed this interview. Fucking check, don't give a fuck. Mr. Bong Hitter himself. Like I said, we'll try to get him back on. He's got a new album coming out. Much love. Keep it Gonzo. Remember, you buy the ticket, take that ride.